Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too. And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from?
I mean, we're hearing a change when it comes to immigration in general from President Biden on down.
Doing organized retail theft. They were doing snatches on the street, iPhones, iPads, clothing, so on and so forth. One of them that they are still seeking has 10 charges on one day because he's part of a pattern that's been going on. And I'm looking at the dates that their arrest started, which is probably close to when they got here. They've only been here a couple of months. So what the detectives are telling me is they have crews here that operate in New York, do all their stealing, then go to Florida to spend the money and then come back. And I'm like, well, why don't they just stay and steal in Florida? And they said, because there you go to jail.
Oh. Wow. Great reporting. Keep us posted on this.
This is completely out of control. The numbers are staggering. You're talking about millions and millions of illegals who have come into our country, and they're being sent distributed throughout the nation. Some of them with notices not to return again, supposedly to an immigration judge for a decade. It is not a sustainable situation. Everyone knows it, and their actions specifically have created. It is by design. I made reference on the floor today that during the Obama administration, by way of comparison, they detained 82% of the illegals who came across the border just a few years ago. Right now, the Biden administration is releasing 85%. How do you go from 82% detained to 85% released and it not be a deliberate action? It is. And that's why Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is going to be impeached. And we're calling upon the president to use his very clear, very obvious statutory authority that he has right now and has had since the day he walked into the office to fix this mess. He's taken 64 specific actions, executive orders and through his administration, to create the chaos, and we need it to end.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
The U.S. threat of sanctions that you outlined on Monday. Sorry, I was just trying to catch your eye. How does the White House...
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm just texting somebody.
No, I'm taking notes so that I don't screw this up.
See that affecting movement on the southern border, and what are you doing to prepare for that possible challenge?